Good morning students, this is HD Pawar Madam, Lecturer Department of Economics, Gokte PU College of Commerce and Science, Belgaum. Today we shall begin with the fourth topic, that is theory of firm under perfect competition. Another important lesson from exam point of view which carries 11 to 13 marks. Then we shall begin with what is the meaning of perfect competition, and meaning you will understand by knowing its features. The features itself is its meaning. So features of perfect competition, in short I have written it as PC, perfect competitive market. There are 6 important features. There will be a question based on this. What are the features of a perfect competitive market? First one, large number of buyers and sellers in the market. There are many buyers and many sellers in this market. Then second point, the products sold by all the sellers or the firms are homogeneous or same or similar or identical. Any word you can use. Homogeneous, similar, same or identical. That is, each seller is selling the same product. These are, you have to assume. This kind of market really does not exist, but for theoretical purpose it is required so that we compare it with other kinds of practical markets. So first one, large number of buyers and sellers in the market. Then second one, the products sold by all the sellers or the firms are homogeneous, same, identical or similar. Then third one, as the products are same, there exists a single price or a uniform price. See, when every seller is selling same kind of product, the price is also going to be same. That is single price or uniform price, same price. Everybody is selling at same price, same product, same price. Fourth one, all the buyers and sellers have perfect information about the price, the quantity of product. That is, see, when all the sellers are selling the same product and at the same price, so buyers are having every information, and even every seller and buyer, they have perfect information, full knowledge about the price that is there in the market, the quantity of product that is being sold in the market. Then that means there is no requirement of advertising cost, in other words. Then fifth one, there is free entry and exit from the market. See, any seller, any producer can, or any firm, those who want to start a business, they can enter this market, they can produce that same product and sell at same price, and at any moment they feel they can leave the market, they can exit from the market. So there is no restriction on entry and exit from the market. There is free entry and free exit from the perfect competitive market. Sixth one, every seller in the perfect competitive market is a price taker. Very important and very unique character of perfect competitive firms. Okay, that is, every seller in the market is a price taker. Now there will be a question based on this again. Who is a price taker? You have to write, you just cannot write every seller in the market is a price taker. You cannot write, you have to mention the name of the market. Every seller in a perfect competitive market is a price taker. There will be a question, there will be 1 mark question, there will be fill in the blank also, but there will be a question on price taker. So what is the meaning of price taker? Price taker means no single seller in the perfect competitive market can change or influence the price level in the market, and he can sell as much quantity he wants to at the same market price. Therefore, each firm in perfect competitive market has zero market power. Okay, if a firm raises its price above the market price, the firm will lose its buyers as the buyers switch their purchases to other firms or other sellers. Now the meaning of this is, as similar product is being sold in the market, so the price is also same. All sellers are selling at same price. Suppose one seller who feels I want to make more profits, so I will raise the price. He cannot do so. Okay, he cannot alone influence or change the price. What will happen if he increases the price? Other sellers will not increase the price. They will sell at the same earlier price, and therefore the one who has increased the price will lose his customers, because the same product is being sold at a lesser price by other sellers, so the buyers will switch to other sellers. And what happens if the seller thinks I will reduce the price? So if I reduce the price, I will get more customers. Then again he is wrong, because immediately he reduces the price, all the sellers will also reduce the price, so that they don't lose their customers. So any single seller, he cannot raise or he cannot lower the price, he cannot influence or change the price alone. So here every single seller in perfect competitive market has zero market power. Zero market power means he cannot change the price single-handedly. Okay, so these are the important features, and therefore the meaning itself is, a perfect competitive market is a market which has large number of buyers and sellers selling similar products at uniform prices, and here every seller has perfect information about the price existing, about the quantity sold. There is free entry and exit, and every seller is the price taker in a perfect competitive market. So the next, now you have here we will be dealing with the concepts of total revenue, average revenue and marginal revenue. Now these total utility, marginal utility you have already dealt with in the consumer behavior topic, and total product, marginal product and average product, that is TP, AP, MP, sir is has already discussed with you in the production and cost topics. So now today in this perfect competitive market, we will deal with the concept of total revenue, average revenue and marginal revenue. What is total revenue? Total revenue means what? Income. Total income. Total revenue is the total amount received by a firm from the sale of given quantity of output, or total revenue is the total sale proceeds received by a firm from the sale of a given quantity of output. Everything means both the meanings are same. Okay, that is, a firm produces a given quantity of output, and when it sells that, it gets some rewards or it gets income, and that itself is called as total revenue. Now how do we calculate total revenue? There is a formula, TR is equals to price into quantity, P into Q or Q into P. Let's see this with the help of an example. Example, a firm sells 10 bulbs at a cost of rupees 50 each. Find TR. So TR here is, formula is what? Price into quantity. The price of the bulb is given what? 50 each into how many bulbs are sold. Quantity of units sold is, quantity of bulbs sold is 10. So 50 into 10 is 500 rupees is the total revenue. Then let's come to the next concept, average revenue, that is AR. It is the total revenue per unit of output sold, or simply in other words you can say it is the revenue got by selling 1 unit of output, per unit of output. Okay, then AR is equals to, the formula is TR divided by Q. TR, total revenue, divided by units of goods sold or quantity of goods sold. Now here you see this is very important now. TR, AR we have given as what? TR divided by Q. Now what is TR formula here? Just see. TR formula is what we have dealt is P into Q. So you just write there TR is P into Q and divided by quantity. Okay, you are just expanding that formula. AR is equals to TR divided by Q. TR is P into Q divided by Q. Then you cancel here. See, P cancels. P and P cancel, and what is left is only Q gets cancelled and remaining is P. So here therefore AR is equals to P. Okay, example we can take. A firm earns rupees 10,000 by selling 100 bulbs. Find AR. AR is equals to what? TR divided by Q, that is total revenue is 10,000 divided by units of bulb sold is what? 100. So when you divide 10,000 by 100 you get 100 is the average revenue, that is revenue earned by a firm by selling 1 unit of bulb. Then marginal revenue. Marginal revenue, it is the increase in, now you need to remember this AR divided by AR is equals to TR divided by Q, where we have expanded the formula. TR is what? P into Q by Q, where we are getting what? AR is equals to P when AR is equals to P when we cancel QQ. You need to remember, therefore AR is also equal to price. Here in this market AR and price are same. Average revenue is also same and price is also same. Marginal revenue is increase in total revenue for a unit increase in output, or MR is addition to TR from the sale of additional unit of output. When we sell one more additional unit of output, then we get additional revenue, that is called as marginal revenue. Marginal revenue can be calculated as delta TR divided by delta Q, or the most commonly used formula is MRN is equals to TRN minus TRN minus 1. Let's take the example. TR from sale of 2 boxes is rupees 20 and TR from sale of 3 boxes is 30. Find marginal revenue. The formula is MRN is equals to TRN minus TRN minus 1. So the new box, 3 boxes which are sold is how much? Revenue is how much? 30, and sale from 2 boxes is 20. So 30 minus 20, the additional revenue or marginal revenue will be 10. Then important question again. See, everything that is being explained to you is from exam point of view only, and these are question bank questions only. Many of the students, they are repeatedly asking we want question bank. These are all question bank based only and all important exam point of view only. Now let's see another question. Explain the TR, AR or slash P, that is AR slash P, TR, AR, MR curve of a perfect competitive market. For a price taking firm, for a price taking firm means which? Perfect competitive market. Only perfect competitive markets are the firms in perfect competitive market are price takers. So for a price taking firm, AR is equals to PR is equals to MR is equals to the demand curve of a firm, which is horizontal straight line to x-axis. Now before we go to the explanation, you please concentrate on the chart. We are taking an example. Say in a perfect competitive market, the quantity sold are by a firm 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. Price, you sell any quantity of output, the price is going to be same. That is, price given here is 10, assume. So we calculate TR, AR and MR. Okay, so what is TR in the first when the quantity sold is 0, Q into P is TR is what? Q into P or P into Q, it is 0. So average revenue and MR revenue will be dash. Then when a firm sells 1 unit of quantity at a price of 10, the total revenue is Q into P 10. Then when he sells 2 units, price is same, 2 into 10 20. Similarly 3 tens are 30, 4 tens are 40, 5 tens are 50 is the total revenue. Come to the average revenue or price. Here you see when 0 units is sold, it is dash. When first unit is 1 unit is sold, total revenue is 10. What is the formula for average revenue? Average revenue is what? TR divided by Q. TR, total revenue, divided by number of units sold. So 10 total, 10 divided by 10, you will get 10. Then when TR is 20 divided by P price, you get average revenue is 10. 30 divided by 10, you get how much again? Total revenue divided by quantity. 10 divided by 1 is 10, 20 divided by 2 is 10, 30 divided by 3 is 10, 40 divided by 4 is 10, 50 divided by 5 is 10. Okay, average revenue is what? TR divided by quantity. MR is what? You know the formula. MR, TR n minus TR n minus 1. For the 0, it is dash. Then here you see TR n, 10 minus 0 is 0. 20 minus 10 is 10. 30 minus 20, 10, 40 minus 30, 10, 50 minus 40, 10. That is n minus 1th unit. I hope you are clear with this chart. So here you see, as the quantity sold increases from 0, 1 to 5 units, the price being the same, total revenue goes on increasing. As the quantity sold increases, total revenue goes on increasing, whereas average revenue and marginal revenue column, you see, they are the same, 10 units only. Why? Because why the average revenue and marginal revenue are same? Because the price is same. Price does not change. Only the total revenue goes on increasing as the quantity goes on increasing, whereas average revenue and marginal revenue remain the same because price is change. Price remains the same. Okay, so here you see now we have taken AR is equals to P. You see price column is 10, AR column is also 10 and MR is also 10. So here we take it as a price taking firm. AR is equals to PR is equals to MR, and that is also the demand curve of the firm, which is horizontal straight line. Here we are showing that same chart in the form of a diagram. You just see here. On x-axis we are measuring quantity or output 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. On y-axis we are measuring the revenue, that is total revenue, average revenue and marginal revenue. When you plot the chart in the form of the diagram, you join the points, you get total revenue as a straight line upward sloping curve. It is a straight line which is upward sloping, which moves upward as quantity goes on increasing, total revenue goes on increasing, and average revenue, marginal revenue and price, when you mark, you get a horizontal straight line which is horizontal to x-axis, horizontal line which is price is equals to AR is equals to MR is equals to demand curve. Let's just deal with this now. TR is equals to price into quantity. When output sold is 0, TR is also 0. Therefore, TR passes through the point 0 from here. Okay. TR passes to the point 0. TR increases as output sold increases and is an upward moving straight line as price is constant. Whatever I just explained, that is written here. For different quantities of output sold, market price is what? Fixed. Therefore, we get a horizontal straight line called price line. Price is also the average curve as it shows price per unit sold. The price or average revenue is also the demand curve of a perfect market which is perfectly elastic or horizontal straight line. Now you have seen in types of elasticity of demand, different kinds of elasticities, that is perfectly elastic demand is what? Which is horizontal straight line, which means firm can sell any amount of unit of goods but at the same price. At the same price, any quantity of goods can be sold, less, more or the same quantity, which is perfectly elastic. MR is also horizontal straight line because when a firm increases the output by 1 unit, when the firm increases the output by 1 unit, this extra unit is also sold at the same market price. Even though you are selling additional units, the price is the same. Therefore, the MR is also equal to price. These are all very important concepts. Based on this only the entire lesson is to be continued. Okay, so therefore MR is equals to price in perfect market, shown with an example by table and diagram. So AR is equals to price is equals to MR is equals to demand curve in a perfect competitive market. So I think, I suppose you are clear with this concept. Please study this and keep, so that it will be easy for you to understand the next part of the lesson. So we shall conclude here. Thank you.